for being here today. This is the Duo informational webinar for potential new farmers markets. So the goal of today's meeting is to kind of give you an overview of the Double Up program, so you can determine if it's something that you'd like to apply for and then prepare you for the application process. So Hunger Free Oklahoma is the organization that runs the Double Up program. It's funded through a GUSNIP Nutrition Incentive Grant through the USDA, as well as funding from the state and private funders. And so the intended audience for this webinar is farmers markets and farm direct sites that have accepted SNAP for at least 1 year, markets that will qualify after accepting SNAP for 1 year, and then markets with a central terminal model, which is where the EBT machine lives in a central location, such as the information tent. And that is where SNAP customers come up and purchase SNAP. That's where they'd also be able to receive Double Up. And so again, kind of the objectives and the agenda for the meeting today is give an introduction about the Double Up program at farmers markets. A lot of the information in this webinar is farmers market specific, but if you are a farm direct site, such as a mobile market or a farm stand, the information will be the same. It just might be a little bit different with your reporting. So keep that in mind. And then to give information to make an informed decision about participating in Double Up and prepare you for the application process. All right, so why offer Double Up at your market for your community? It benefits families and individuals by encouraging them to buy and prepare healthier foods. It also benefits farmers who see increased sales and profits from Double Up purchases. And it strengthens communities when those Double Up dollars stay within the local economy. So it really benefits multiple parts of the food system. This slide shows examples of growth in SNAP and Duo at participating farmers markets. It gives examples of a few different size farmers markets that are in rural locations or urban locations, and just shows the growth of the program. There are some spikes in 2022 from pandemic era benefits when those were still being accepted. And then this only goes as far as September 2024 data. And so it's not complete for the 2024 data is not complete like the rest of the years, but we do expect it to continue to trend up overall. All right, so operating Double Up at your markets. This flyer gives an overview about how it works at grocery stores and farmers markets, but the Double Up Oklahoma model is that customers spend $1 in their SNAP at participating farmers markets and grocery stores, and they earn $1 in Double Up incentives up to $20 a day. And that Double Up incentives can be redeemed on fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So from the customer perspective, customers visit the information booth where the EBT machine is, and they swipe their card in exchange for SNAP tokens. Customers can choose any amount to take off of their card for SNAP, and they'll receive a Double Up token, a dollar for dollar match up to $20 a day. So there is a cap on how much Duo can be received per day, but not a cap on how much SNAP can be received. Then customers will take those tokens, and for SNAP products, they use the SNAP token to purchase any eligible SNAP product at the market, and they use Duo tokens to buy eligible produce.
Tokens.
And so this is kind of how it works with the vendors. After the customers have their tokens and they spend it with the vendors turn in their tokens to the market manager, who counts and records the amount of tokens received in each nutrition program category. and reimburses the vendors for the amount of tokens that they received. And then the market manager takes those records for vendor reimbursements, as well as how much overall Snap and Duo was issued. And they report it to Hunger Free Oklahoma once a month in a monthly report. And then Hunger Free Oklahoma issues a reimbursement for the amount of double up redeemed. So the market manager can pay the vendor if they haven't already, or if the market manager has already paid the vendor for the amount of double up they received during that month, then the reimbursement goes back to the market itself. And so here are some duo eligible produce. Farmers markets eligible produce includes fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, frozen, canned, or dried fruits and vegetables that have no added salt, sugar, or fat, oils, fresh herbs, and then plants that grow food. Um, and so also the double up produce should be local produce grown within the state of Oklahoma or within 100 miles of the market location. So if your market location is near a border, we just ask that that produce is grown within 100 miles of um, the market. All right, and here's some market manager responsibilities when facilitating the Double Up program. General responsibilities include management of tokens and record keeping, which we'll get to here in a few more slides. To vendors, they recruit and they train the vendors to be prepared to accept Double Up. They also are ensuring that the vendors are following the program rules, which Double Up is being redeemed on eligible products. And then they pay the vendors for their double up sales. Um, their responsibility to the customer is to promote double up, and we assist with that too with some of these signages, which we'll talk more about later. They oversee the incentive distribution and they keep day of records regarding customers. And then we ask for some reporting. So we track the required metrics. The market manager submits those metrics in a monthly report to Hunger Free Oklahoma, and then they also send the invoice for the monthly reimbursement. So the required metrics that we ask for SNAP, we ask for the dollar of SNAP purchased by customers, and then the dollar of value of SNAP redeemed to the vendors. We ask for the number of Snap transactions and the number of unique Snap customers. Customers can come back and purchase Snap multiple times a day if they wish. And so a unique customer is the first time they visit per market day. That's the time that they're counted as unique. If they come back, then it's just another number transaction, but it's no longer a unique customer. Similarly for Duo, we ask for the amount of Duo that was issued to customers and then the amount of Duo that came back to the vendors as Duo redeemed, the number of double up transactions, and then the number of unique Duo customers. And then overall market metrics that we track is how many days the market was operational during that month, number of hours, and then how many fruit and vegetable vendors were at the market during that month. So this is what the customer transaction record looks like. And for those markets that are on the call that have been participating in Duo, this looks a little bit different than the regular transaction record that you're used to. We had to update this sheet because we were informed by the USDA that they're going to start enforcing an existing policy, which states that no SNAP number can be collected in part or in full as a means of tracking participation in a nutrition incentive program. That's just to help with the continued fraud that SNAP customers and SNAP users are seeing nationwide. And so we're going to have to start following this rule and changing the way that we track customers at farmers markets. and other markets. So this new sheet, instead of the last 5 digits of the SNAP EBT number, which was what we were tracking before, we're now asking for the first and last initial of the customer, as well as the last 4 digits of their phone number. If they don't have a phone number, then we'll default to zip code, and there'll be much more about this record and this new change in our annual training that's taking place in January. But just to give you an overview, right now, this is what the customer transaction record will look like. It includes a new column on the far left side, which is a sequence number that you can write the sequence number from the merchant copy EBT receipt in case your market uses those receipts to kind of reconcile the daily bookkeeping for SNAP. Um, but yeah, and we use these customer transaction records to ensure that the incentive cap for a day is being followed, as well as to track those total transactions and total unique customers, like I mentioned before. And then we have the Duo vendor reimbursement records. This is another form that we ask market managers to fill out. This just shows what vendors collected the nutrition programs and how much, so that it shows SNAP, Double Up, Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program. They have WIC, and then if your market uses any other type of currency, you can use those additional columns. This just helps us keep track and verify the reports are accurate. And so for these records, we ask that you enter the vendor's name, how much of each program they received, how you reimbursed them, whether it was with a check, cash, or ACH payment. And then if it was a check number, we ask that you include that as well. And all of these, this record keeping for vendors and then the customer one, they're available digitally as well. So you can pull it up as an Excel sheet and use it that way if that's something that you'd prefer to do. Or if your market is already keeping records in a different way, we just ask that all this information is included, and those records would be fine. And so then the monthly report is submitted through a smart sheet. They're due by the second Monday of each month. And this is where you fill out again, the metrics for the month and attach copies of those customer and vendor transaction records. You can also attach the invoice to the monthly report, or you can send it in an email to doubleupoklahoma@hungerfreeok.org. All right, so now we're going to talk about the things that Hunger Free and the ONE team does to equip market managers for success in managing the Double Up program. So like I said, there's a required in-person training that takes place each year. For 2025, it's already been scheduled for January 29th in Edmond at the Hilton Garden Inn Conference Center. This is during the OKLAS conference. And so this first day will be a full day double up training that's mandatory for all existing and the newly approved partner firms. And if you are traveling from farther in the state to get here, or if you require some assistance, we can reimburse you for travel expenses to attend this training. We don't want that to be a barrier. So if that's something that you think you'll be needing when the time comes, please let us know and we can work with you on that. All right, we also have a market manager guide that's available in a physical copy and digitally that you'll get during the training, and we'll go through step by step and page by page about what the guide contains. It has paper copies of those reporting links, as well as a breakdown of just all the information it takes to run the program. So this is a great guide that we suggest you keep on hand and reference throughout the year if needed. Also, there's three staff members at Hunger Free Oklahoma that are dedicated to the Double Up program. Leslie Young is the senior program manager. Omar is the senior operations specialist, and then I am the senior programs specialist. So the three of us are here to help you successfully implement and manage Double Up at your markets. And then we also have the ONI team. Hunger Free and ONI work closely together, and ONI's responsibilities include the coordination of market site visits, the distribution of printed materials. They do social media campaigns for farmers markets in the state, and specifically, they run duo-specific campaigns. And then ONI also helps by scheduling and coordinating the quarterly market manager meetings we have throughout the season. This page, again, just kind of says when to contact Hunger Free Oklahoma versus ONI. Hunger Free can help with questions regarding reports and invoicing. We can issue you more tokens if you need. If there's a change in management or a primary double up contact, we ask that you update us so we have their information. And then if there's any market vendor or customer issue related to the program, please reach out to us. And then the ONI team, they can get you more marketing materials. They can answer questions or help you with your EBT machine. And they also coordinate site visits, or if you have a question about a site visit, you can reach out to ONI. And ONI also helps a lot with the other nutrition programs such as SNAP and Senior Farmers Market benefits. So here are the marketing materials that we have available. These are more market specific. We have flyers that kind of act as token guides that you can give to customers when they receive their double up tokens, and they can carry that with them if they forget what the tokens can be spent on, because we know it can be kind of confusing with multiple different token systems depending on the programs the market offers. So we have those available in SNAP and Spanish. We also have A-frame signage that you can put throughout your market or high traffic areas coming into your market. So customers know that double up is accepted. And we have poster size flyers and posters that are in English and Spanish as well. And these are more customizable. In this bottom area right here, you can enter your market's name, or if it was at a vendor's booth, they could have their name in that section right there. And then these are more community outreach materials. If your market accepts double up and you are at a tabling event where you're telling folks about your market, this is a great outreach material to bring with you. It's again, a flyer that's double-sided and kind of gives the general information about the Double Up program in Oklahoma for both grocery stores and farmers markets, and then a convenient bookmark size. All right, here is the timeline kind of for the rest of this year and then beginning of next year in regards to new markets. So this week, if you qualify to fill out the application, so if you've been accepting SNAP at your market for at least a year, you'll receive an email from ONI with the link to the application. There are two separate applications, one for farmers markets and then one for other farm direct sites like mobile markets or farm stands. That you'll want to be sure you fill out the correct application, and those are due on December 13th. So that we have time to review them and make a decision and notify everybody before the required training, which will be on, again, January 29th in Edmond. Um, so filling out the application does not guarantee um, that you'll be selected to participate in Double Up because we do have to be aware of funding for the program and making it last until the end of this grant cycle. Um, but if you are selected, then you'll receive a contract to sign, and we hope to get all those returned by February. So then in March, we can distribute tokens and materials to markets so that they're ready to go for the market season. All right, and so how to apply. Again, if you're eligible, you'll receive an invitation with the link to the application from ONI. You'll want to make sure that you're prepared with this information because the application can't be saved and returned to. You'll have to fill it out and submit it in one go, or else if you need to step away and come back to it, you may have to start over. But when we send out the email, we'll be sure to include an overview of the questions so that you're prepared with the information. But some of the information that we're looking for is information about your organization, which is your FNS number and the designation, where your market is located, and market contact information. If you have someone that manages the fiscal operations of your market, we'll need their information and their contact. And then the days and start times of your market for the season. And then on the operations side, we'll ask about data from this year, from 2024. Regarding SNAP, we'll ask about the number of employees and volunteers that are involved with the market and a description about how training regarding nutrition programs are provided to them. We'll ask about how you currently accept SNAP and about your plans to accept Double Up, and then about your vendors. All right, and so again, here's our contact information, and then in bold right here is another overview of different scenarios about when to contact Hunger Free versus ONI and what we can assist with. So at this time, are there any questions? I know that was a lot of information kind of in a short time.
Do you have a picture of the Duo token? Or
Um, I don't in this presentation, but the Duo token is a silver um token about that big. It's bigger than a quarter. Um, and yeah, and they're silver and they say Double Up Oklahoma